Alright, hello to ICBBL, hello anybody else who happens to be in chat. Let's have a look at some Blood Bowl stuff and what happened this week. It's going to be a confusing week because the Steel playoffs haven't quite finished, there's one game left to go, but all of the Pyramid playoffs are actually already in the second round, and they've already been a couple of games in the second round as well, so we've got quite a lot to go through today, and the playoffs have been happening really quick. So a couple of things to start off with, a couple of things I needed to mention. First of all, ICBBL is actually recruiting right now for Steel Season 26, so if you want to join the Discord is there, and if you want to find specifically the link for the signups in Steam, there's the link for that. So if you are interested in joining ICBBL for Season 26, we're currently recruiting for Steel. I don't know why I said we, I'm not part of the admin team. They are currently recruiting for Steel, and the signups are there. Just leave your coach name, the team you want to play, and what else? And the name of the team. That's the three things that are needed. That's all you require. But you do need to be part of the... I just shouted out ICBBL, didn't I? Because I'm an idiot. Sorry. You need to you do need to join the Discord though, which isn't working for some reason. Why isn't that working? Come on, ICBBL. That's why, because I spelled it wrong. There we go. There's a link to the Discord. Sorry, I shouted out ICBBL for some reason. That was a bit stupid. It's one of those mornings. What can I say? So the notes are going to be a little bit confusing today, but I'm going to try and go through it as quickly as possible because I do want to play a game as well, and I'm back at work, so my time is actually relatively short. What else do I need to mention? Also, there's no cup in this off-season, which is a shame, but I understand the decision from the admin team. Basically, they have to, you know, recover from holiday times, and they decided against it because of holiday, I guess, which makes perfect sense, because the prep would have had to happen when they were celebrating during Christmas, which of course is not ideal for them. So I fully accept that reasoning. But I'm just letting the rest of you know, if you're not aware, there's no cup this off-season where there usually is. I'll do all the shoutouts when they come up, if they come up, and as always, if you're watching on YouTube, I do shout out all the coaches that stream. There's only 4 of us, I believe. I'm going to actually add Shay to it as well, because Shay is part of the admin team, and I keep forgetting to put Shay in the list. He doesn't really stream Blood Bowl anymore, but he does stream when he plays. He just hasn't been playing for the last season or last 2 seasons, I guess, but I will add Shay as well to the list in this YouTube group. I think that's it. As always, if I miss anything about your teams, or if you want to yell at me because I mispronounced something, or if you want to tell me that you love me or something, by all means leave it in the chat in stream, or leave it in the comments on YouTube. And I'm going to have a bit of problems with the Steel version, actually, because I'm not part of the Steel Cup, so I'm going to have to spend some time finding it. I did manage to find it before stream, and hopefully it won't be a problem again, but there may be a moment when I'm just having a senior moment and I can't remember how to get there. But let's have a look at some playoffs, and we'll start off, as always, with the Pyramid. And like I said, all of the playoffs in the Pyramid have already played their first round, so we're going to go through the games actually this time, as opposed to just going through the table, and we're also going to go through the teams, of course, and have a look at the ones that are still remaining. And I'm getting buzzed up the ass here. Let me just turn this off, because no, I don't want that. Go away. I'm getting constant notifications from things I really don't care about at the moment. So just 1 second. Also, as always, the cat has decided now is the perfect time to go crazy in the background. So if you can hear him in the background, he's fine. He's just I don't know, found some drugs or something, but there's no problem. So on to bronze playoff then, and we will start off with the schedule, and we will start off with round 1, and I will get my notes up to make sure that I have everything in front of me. Bronze. Yes, bronze. So we had 8 teams. We had ICBBL, which is obviously a Dark Elf team run by, I believe, El Miko, and I've already got a shout out to do. Great, so let's shout out El Miko. So copy Twitch. So El Miko is one of the coaches that I was talking about that does stream his games. I believe ICBBL is El Miko anyway. I should have double checked before I did that, but yes, it is. And they were playing against the Great Rat Race, which is a Skaven team led by Scooter. And then we had the Citadel of Chaos, which is Cerrone's Chaos, against No More Pain, which is Meshuggah's Chaos. And Slaanesh give us Claws, the Dark Elves of Nibanon, took on the Pesky Pestilent Pests, which are the Skaven led by Catbus. I remembered this week. Sorry, Catbus, for every time I've said that you were somebody else. You are definitely Catbus. Unfortunate that I remember you on the week that you were knocked out, but I do remember you, so I apologize for every time I got that wrong. And Dread Incarnate Doomstack, which is the Necromantic team led by Makarovich, took on That Would Be Nice, the Wood Elf team led by Crowley. Hey Newt, come on in. So let's actually have a look at these games. As you can see, the results are already all in, but let's have a look how these games actually went. So starting with the Dark Elves against the Skaven. Elmiko against Scooter. And Scooter did win this game. 2 touchdowns to 1. There was a pass on both teams, which is always good fun when I'm talking. Nobody died, which, you know, is the best result for both of these kind of teams, because these teams do tend to die a lot. Saima got man of the match on the Dark Elf team, a lineman, and he also picked up an injury. I guess that was badly hurt, because I don't think I have notes on Saima. And Jesse Owens Jr., which is a very good MVP, was picked up on the Rat Ogre, so that helps with round 2 for Scooter for certain. And there was some fouling from the Rats apparently, because we got some expulsions too. I don't know if I want to go through all the statistics, I probably don't, but I just want to see if there's anything particularly that I want to have a look at when we're here. Not really. So we'll have a look at where the SPP went. I do have notes obviously, but we'll go through it. So there was 5 out 10 11 went up on ICBBL, and 10, 15, 18. 18 went up on Great Rat Race, and Great Rat Race won their match. And I'm not looking at dice rolls, because there will be some coaches who want me to have a look at the dice rolls and, you know, praise and admonish Nuffle for how much he buggered you when you were playing the game, but I don't do that. So dice rolls, generally speaking, are pretty even, no matter how people think that they're not. It's just that confirmation bias can really do some damage to your self-esteem when you're playing this game, unfortunately. So we'll have a look at the team that won, basically. We'll have a look at the team that lost first, and then we'll have a look at the team that won. So Elmiko's team are done for this season. This Dark Elf team here. And let me just consult my notes. We've got 1 injury on Argnal, this guy. And he took a minus movement. He actually got busted this game, so he's going to miss the first game back next season, assuming this team continues. I haven't seen who's continuing and who's not, to be honest. That is all up at the moment, and if you are in ICBBL, let the admins know which of your teams are continuing and which are not in the... let me just find Discord quickly so I can tell you exactly what it's called. The Season 26 Signups Bronze, Silver, Gold. That tab. If you are in the pyramid, then do let the admins know what you're doing with your teams, please, because, you know, it makes their job easier. And the quicker they know, the better. Hey, Newt. Oh, Jesus. Sorry, my cat has problems with his eyes. Just 1 second. Newt. Edie. Newt. Edie. Come here, buddy. Oh, sorry. I don't like to break rhythm, but I'm gonna have to for this because his eye is pretty bad. Just give me 1 second. Hey. Look at me. Look at me. Okay. Stay. Okay. Is that better? Whoa, hey. Alright, I think that's better. Sorry about that. Newt, let me see. Yeah, that's better. Okay, good. Right, sorry about that. So, the Dark Elves do end up with 2 long-term injuries. 3 long-term injuries with the busted movement, sorry. So there's a niggle on McNaughton. There's a minus armor on Fallen Glory, and there is that busted movement on Argnal. Though, generally speaking, there have been some really good level ups on this team, but I think I already spoke about that last time, so this is how the team finishes their season. So there we go. And then they played against Scooter's team. Where's Scooter? There he is. So this team is through to round 2. I can't remember off the top of my head if this game was played. We'll find out when we get there, I guess. I don't think it has, actually. I think Scooter is... still set to play his next round game. What notes do I have for Scooter though? Let's have a look. No, Scooter has already played 2 games. Okay, so in the first game, Jesse Owens Jr. of course did get that level up. And where is the Rat Ogre? And he's already dead. Okay. And he died in the last game, I guess. Let me just double check that. Yes, he did. He was actually killed in the second round, but he did level up, so I don't know what he got on the level up. We're going to assume that he got leap, he leapt, and then he died in a glorious, glorious animation. And also a gutter runner died in the last game that they played, but we're not there yet, so that's why there's only 3 gutter runners. But what else happened in the first game? In the first game as well, there was an injury on Justin Gatlin II, but it was only an MNG. That's this guy here, so he's already back, and he's already back in good shape apparently, and he was the second Newton Yinhada. And we'll have a look at the second game in a second, but I think that's it for game number 1. So we'll come back to this team for game number 2, actually, because they've already played that as well. So I'll come back to them when we get there. Then the Citadel of Chaos took on No More Pain, and this was a brutal match. I do remember seeing the results of this game, and there were a lot of owies in this game. So Meshuggah's Chaos did outdo Cerrone's Chaos, and Meshuggah's Chaos did continue on. I'm pretty sure Meshuggah is the other team that played against Scooter. Yeah, so Meshuggah's played 2 games as well already. But we'll have a look at this game specifically. So there were no touchdowns for Cerrone, but there were 2 for Meshuggah's team. And there were a lot of armor breaks on both teams, and there were some injuries, but we'll get onto that in a minute. And the Citadel of Chaos tried some fouling, but it looked like it went badly because we have the 1 expulsion. I decided not to look at statistics, so let's have a look at the SPP. We picked up 7, and we picked up 11. 7 on Citadel of Chaos, and 11 on No More Pain. So, Citadel of Chaos played their last game. After completely crushing the Norse team in their last round in Bronze, they lost to their fellow Chaos friends. And let's have a look at my notes. Apparently I have nothing of note for Cerrone. Oh, it wasn't the Chaos game, sorry, that was brutal. It was the second game that was brutal. Actually, the Chaos game was pretty tame. So there were no level ups and there were no injury on either team. So Cerrone's team ends up as it looks. So they do have a busted armor warrior and a busted armor beast, but otherwise the team is looking in very good shape to continue for next season. And I have seen actually that Citadel of Chaos do intend to continue, because I do remember seeing that in the signups. So there we go, that's how Cerrone's team ends their run in ICBBL Bronze this season. And Meshuggah's No More Pain, I will come back to them in the second round, but like I said, nothing happened in the first round, so let's have a quick look at them, and then I'll have a look at them after round 2. So there they are, blue. Unfortunately the blue Chaos went through, and the pink Chaos got knocked out. That's always a shame, isn't it? I'll come back to Meshuggah and Scooter, because they played each other in round 2. So, what was the third match then? We had Slaanesh Give Us Claws, which were Nibelheim's Dark Elves against Pesky Pestilent Pests, Catbus's Skaven. The Witch Elf got Woman of the Match, which was a really good Man of the Match for the Dark Elves, and HIV got Man of the Match for the Skaven, which is, you know, less good. You don't want HIV to be a Man of the Match, generally speaking, or Most Valued Player. 2 touchdowns to 1, Dark Elves won this game, 13 armor breaks to 7, and 2 Skaven died. So let's have a look at those 2 deaths first of all then, because I guess I wrote them down. There was 1 injury and 1 level up on the Dark Elf team, and there were literally just the 2 deaths on the Skaven team, and I didn't actually write down what the 2 positions were, which wasn't very smart, but Influenza and Cholera died, which I believe were 2 line rats, because otherwise I would have made a note of it probably. So where are Catbus's team? Yeah, they've still got the majority of their positionals, so I think it was 2 line rats, but one of them might have been a gutter, to be honest. Either way though, he can actually replace the gutter now, so he probably will. Yeah, and no level ups, so there's not too much to say about this team really. They got broken pretty badly, and I haven't seen the indication to carry on or to retire, so we'll see what happens with the Skaven in Season 26. I wouldn't be overly surprised if they do retire, but we have 2 plus agility pieces, so it wouldn't be completely crazy to continue this team. Just replace the gutter and you're good. A couple of loners for the first match, as long as you don't get completely bashed in the first round, you'll be fine. So hopefully we'll see more of this team, but we'll see. Okay then, and they played against the. Where are they? Ah, there they are. Slaanesh give us Claws, the Dark Elf team, who go through to round 2. So the level up was on this player, I guess, but I'll just double check. It may have been on the Witch Elf, actually. No, it was on the Witch Elf. It was on this player. So the Witch Elf picked up Strip Ball, so she became a Sacker. So that's a good level up there. And we also took the what was this? MNG on this guy, the Blitzer. So 1 Blitzer is out for the round 2 of the playoff, which maybe hurts a little bit. We'll see who he's up against in a second, but yeah, he's probably going to miss the Blitzer, to be honest, because the team that he's up against is not an easy matchup. Alright then, so that's it for those 2 teams, and we'll have a look at the last game, which was Makarovich's Necromantic Dread Incarnate Doomstack against Crowley's Wood Elf. That would be nice. I have a feeling that I saw some of this game, but maybe I'm losing my mind a bit. That's possible. A lot happened this week. I'm not entirely sure. So we had 2 touchdowns to 1, and Bruce completely misspelled Dickinson got MVP, and Cacao Crowley, which sounds like a good brand for a new hot chocolate, the War Dancer, got MVP on the Wood Elves, and that's a very good MVP, obviously. There was actually a pass from Makarovich, which is very surprising, and a pass from the Wood Elves, which is not surprising at all. 1 intercept from the Necromantic team as well, which is always a very big positive against Wood Elves. And there was some fouling with 2 expulsions and 17 armor breaks to 3. So it was very much a beaten up Wood Elf team looking at it, but that's par for the course when you play as Wood Elves, I guess. So let's have a look at the SPP. This one's easier, so we got 9 on the Wood Elves, and we got 10, 15, 17, 18 on the Necromantic team. So 18 SPP spread out across the Necromantic team. So let's have a look at Crowley's Wood Elves, who have now finished their season. They actually finished with a lot of players for a Wood Elf team, so that's good. And they still got most of their positionals as well, but it looks things. There's still 2 catchers, still 2 War Dancers, and 1 thrower. Is that a thrower? I think that's a thrower. So, you know, that's not so bad. Yeah, there is a thrower. Let me have a quick consult of my notes then for this team. I've got a loner with MNG for the Wood Elf team, which I guess was not hired. And Birch Brat also got MNG, which is a lineman. And then something called Firklin Pepsi got minus agility, and it looks like whatever that was, it got fired. I think it was also a lineman. So a lineman with broken agility died, which, you know, makes sense, because you don't want to keep that kind of player, generally speaking, on a Wood Elf team. If it was a positional, maybe you could, but if it's a lineman, it's pretty easy fire, because a loner is going to be better than a busted agility, generally speaking. So, no level ups from the last game. Just double check. No level ups from the last game. So this is how this team finishes for bronze. We'll hopefully see them again next season with a guard catcher, which, you know, is a bonus for certain. Newton and Hada. And they took on Makarovich's Dread Incarnate's Doomstack, and in round 2 they play against Slaanesh's Give Us Claws. But let's have a look at this team. This is the one team we haven't had a look at yet. They do have to spend some gold. I'll say that straight away. And I've actually got no notes for this team, so I guess nothing happened. I didn't write nothing though, so maybe something did happen and I haven't seen it. But Well, there's no injuries and there's no deaths, so I guess no. I guess there were no level ups, and the team looks exactly the same. So this double strength up wolf team, unfortunately, continues to survive in one piece. Nothing against Makarovich at all. It's just completely against these two strength 4 wolves. You know, kill at least one of them, guys. And otherwise, you know, and all this guard. I mean, Jesus Christ, this team is impressive, to be fair. I do like my stat freaks, but generally speaking, it's more fun when the stat freaks are linemen, because if the stat freaks are positionals, it just makes them overpowered. So, you know, there's that. Makarovich is always putting bounties on everybody, actually, so let's bounty both these wolves. Let's get them killed. There we go. So yes, this team gets to play against Slaanesh Give Us Claws under the control of Nibanon. Alright then, so let's have a look at round 2 then. Just 2 games. One game is already played, and 1 game is left to play. So that Dark Elf team against that Necromantic team played this week. We'll have a look at how that went next week. But I will have a look at Great Rat Race against No More Pain, because it's already happened, so let's have a look at it now. So Meshuggah managed to win again. Fixed, I tell you. One of the admins getting through, with 1 touchdown to 0. Both teams had 2 deaths. It was a very bloody game. There were a lot of armor breaks, but there were only 3 armor breaks for the Skaven, so they made them count by killing 2 players with their armor breaks. And there was also a pass from the Skaven, which is not so surprising. Usain Bolt got man of the match, and he also leveled up. And this guy got man of the match, and he also took he was already injured, I guess. So this man took man of the match, but I don't think he leveled. Having a look at the SPP, then we got 8 on the Great Rat Race, and they finished their season here. And we got 16 on No More Pain, and they of course move on to the final, where they will either take on Makarovich's Necromantic team or Nibanon's Dark Elf team. So let's have a look at these 2 teams one more time. So Great Rat Race are now finished. So Jesse Owens Jr., the Rat Ogre, was killed in this game, so that one's already gone. And Donovan Bailey, the Gutter Runner, was also killed. So it was a rough match for the Skaven. And there's also a Niggle on Andre de Grasse, so a very tough match for Skaven actually. So a Niggle on a Storm Vermin, 2 positions killed. Brutal. That's chaos at its finest. But this team isn't done. I mean, we can't replace the positional, unfortunately, but we still got 3 pretty strong Gutter Runners. We still got 2 pretty strong Storm Vermin, though one of them is going to miss 1 game, so we may well see this team continue next season. I'd be a bit surprised if not. Dirty Player and Kick on the lineman as well. Yeah, just you know, have a relatively gentle game to start with, and this team is right back in action. So I would be surprised if we don't see more of Scooter's Great Rat Race. And our first finalist, we've got No More Pain under Meshuggah. So who died first of all? There were 2 deaths, both of them were Beastmen. One was called Tromadol, and one was called something. Acetaminophen. Acetaminophen. I'm going to stick with something. And the other Beastman was called something. So 2 Beastmen died. And it looks like they weren't particularly important Beastmen. I should probably have a look though at the result from that, because maybe there was a Beastman that was kind of impressive, and they're not that high up in the list, I think, because it happened yesterday or the day before. Oh no, that game happened the day before. Okay, there they are. So it was a rookie Beastman and a level 1 Beastman with block. So yeah, there were 2 relatively small Beastmen that got killed. Not so bad for the Chaos there. So this Chaos team is looking really good, and they go into the final against either Makarovich or Nibanon. So good luck to the other 2 semi-finalists as well. And obviously there's no leaderboard because it's a playoff, so just the 3 teams left. Meshuggah's No More Pain, Makarovich's Dread Incarnate Doomstack, and Slaanesh Give Us Claws under Nibanon. So these 3 teams are playing for the Bronze Crown. And that's it for Bronze. Alright, Editor AD here at the end, as per usual. Thank you very much for watching this run through. They have been short this week as we're in playoffs, and that's the nature of the beast. They're not going to be very long. I'm actually not in any of the playoffs, and I haven't been playing in CCL because of server issues. I've given up on that battle, basically, so the clips that I'm going to run through at the end are just going to showcase some of the other things I do on this channel. If you're not interested in that, I fully understand. You can end the video now. But thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye for now. As angels patrol the borders of Eden, they discover a creature long thought to be legend, a human child calmly sitting surrounded by the most dangerous beasts in their world. A normal life is impossible for Aiden Detta. On occasion he wakes up in unknown worlds with no understanding of how he got there, but can return at will after the first time. He divides his time between the place he learns to call home, but modern ideals on Earth and the traditional and militaristic upbringing in Eden collide as he can't secure his right to prove himself on patrol. When he later wakes up in Hell, that opportunity presents itself and he helps the devilry plan battles in a demon civil war. Back on Earth, he discovers a creature that doesn't belong, trapped in his bedroom, and realizes his travels leave a footprint, one that can be used to track and, even worse, summon him. With incompatible values instilled in Aiden, he is viewed as an outsider wherever he goes. Though his journey sees him face to face with physical demons, he learns that the internal kind are often worse. If you want to hear more, please join the Discord linked. Welcome to Worlds of Demons.